Hey y'all, so the YouTubers, they told me some things about how I'm supposed to make a video and how there's not supposed to be a glare in my glasses or shadows on my face, and I'm supposed to be backlit or front lit or some kind of lit. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out, so maybe for next time. But for today, I wanted to talk about how as human beings, we are all really swimming in this turbulent ocean of this period in our history. And if we're going to make it to shore, we have to share with each other what we're learning. Don't keep it to yourselves, y'all. So in that collaborative spirit, this is the first in a series of videos where I will share what I'm learning just as a person who experiences depression and anxiety, and also as a mental health professional, about what's helping me and what I'm hearing from people I work with about what's helping them. So I want to start with a characteristic that has been kind of reduced to a cliche, but it is really so versatile and underestimated and transformative. And that characteristic is gratitude. So today I'll share a quick trick to turn the gratitude up. And in subsequent videos, I'll talk about deepening the experience of gratitude and also about how you can use gratitude to really grow from tests. So before I do that, I want to say a quick word about research. So don't turn me off. I know your eyes are glazing over. Angela's going to talk about research. But I just want to mention that our research tells us that resilience is connected to hope. And this makes sense because when things are dark, if you can see that North Star, you can keep moving forward. And one of the central features that predicts hope is gratitude. So if we want to recover from hardship and gain the momentum to move forward, we have to find hope. We have to train the channels of our attention to see and amplify the gifts in our relationships and in our world, even and especially when things are most difficult. So training our attention to find gratitude in difficulty does not ask us to suppress pain or deny injustice. Gratitude is not about denying or suppressing your own experiences or ignoring fears or challenges or denying someone else's experience. Gratitude should never be a bludgeon. You should not be like, girl, you better be grateful. No. Dr. Nikisha Hammond, a psychologist, says you can have both gratitude and sadness, confusion, and anxiety. So gratitude is about making space for all that's present. So a gratitude practice offers that in addition to the pain, the discomfort, and the fear you experience, you invite the magic question, which is what else is present? So as an example of this, I was up one night late preparing for a talk because I hadn't used my time well, y'all. And I started to notice that I was filled with anxiety. And I just took a moment to stand back and ask myself this question. Okay, alongside the anxiety, what else is present? Oh, yes, what else is present is my love for these beautiful women that I'm going to be working with in the morning. What else is present is my excitement about the healing work we're doing together. So it's really important that we be consistent with gratitude because we have this negativity bias in our brain. And the negativity bias in our brain is this beautiful function that evolutionarily was designed to protect us from harm and respond to threat. And of course, what it does is it magnifies the difficulties and encourages the brain to retain that which is negative. So in almost any encounter, we notice negative experiences first and feel them more acutely, and we retain them longer. So this is especially true in the period that we're in now, right? When we're in transitions, that negativity bias is amplified even more. So if we don't practice gratitude, the deafening siren of our negativity bias drowns out everything else. And so in a gratitude practice, we are not trying to extinguish our ability to assess threats, but instead we're trying to balance it with the totality of reality and possibility. So in my classes, I share this story of being a school social worker 2 years ago. And every morning, my routine was immediately scanning the hallway during drop-off for the faces of the kids that looked anxious and stressed and were melting down, and the parents who looked tense and angry and maybe would want to talk to me. And this would form my hallway to-do list. And y'all, it was an exhausting, stress-inducing way to start the morning, as you can imagine. But when I asked myself, okay, in addition to these needs that I see, what else is here? What could go right? What connections might I build? Then I also begin to see the faces of those who are looking at me with kindness, with hope, with joy. The children who are experiencing delight, the parents who are smiling at me with warmth, and my colleagues, y'all, who sacrificed so much to ensure these children were able to release their capacity. So when I allowed myself to experience the totality of the humans before me, it would allow me to be hopeful in my work, which is such a necessary ingredient for all of us. So this question, what else is there, is not about bypassing injustice. It's about inventorying the strengths and the possibilities upon which we can build. So when you find yourself, looking at a situation and seeing only the ugliness and the despair and the fear, notice this tendency and train the brain to look again and ask, what else is there? What else is present? Perhaps this question could be a Post-it note. And perhaps that Post-it note could transform into a practice. And this could allow you to broaden your vision and stay tethered to hope. Thank you so much for being with me as I kind of stumbled through this video. I appreciate your patience with me and with one another. And I wish you well, and we'll see you again soon. Take good care.